Hey, have you ever considered playing Dungeons & Dragons in Minecraft? I mean, Minecraft already has dungeons, and there is a dragon. The only thing that's missing is the D20 dice. When I first set out to build a giant D20 dice in my world, I figured that someone had already done it before, but in all my searching, all I could find was a really enormous one that looked like it had either been done in creative or with world edit. And I really wanted to create it myself in a survival world. So I had to be a little bit more creative in finding a solution that would help me build this the easiest way possible. But before I get into that, if you want to support a small content creator, then please hit subscribe. And I also live stream a couple of times a week on Twitch. So I discovered pretty quickly that I wasn't going to be able to build this without some sort of template, but without anything to go on, I had to come up with my own. So I first went over to Thingiverse and I downloaded a 3D file of an icosahedron. I then uploaded that into an online voxelizer so that I had some sort of 3D shape to work with. And from there I went to a program where I could plot all the separate pixels for the top and the bottom, because I figured that would be the easiest way if I'd coloured it in concentric circles that I could not get confused and build it up bit by bit. And for the sides of the dice, I just had to look at the voxelizer and just hope that I was able to count the correct amount of blocks for each layer. And thankfully the sides weren't as difficult as I thought. I'm not the best builder in Minecraft, like by far, but this was actually pretty challenging and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, even though it was pretty frustrating at times. I swapped out a lot of the blocks so that I had a variation in the stone, so it looked like some kind of really old relic that had been found. I like to think that perhaps giants used to roam the land, and after their final Dungeons & Dragons game, one single D20 dice was left in a dark oak forest, and then centuries later a little block girl came along and built her base up around it. At first I was going to put black concrete on the inside to make it look like a void, but I do actually change that later on. Although, having seen this again while I'm editing this video, I kind of like how it looks. But let me know in the comments what you think, whether it should just be old stone like a ruin, or whether I should put the black concrete back. So I took a little bit of a break in the build just here because I wanted to clear out all the mobs that were around, and it was broad daylight. I figured it'd be easy, the mobs would be burning and I'd just take them out really quickly. But the skeletons were crack shots, and as you can see I'm a bit of a pincushion and I was useless with my bow. And I wasn't looking at my health bar, like, at all. I don't know why. And unfortunately, I suffered my very first death on the server. Once I'd dusted myself off and stopped crying, I then went about removing all of the black concrete. As I said before, I initially wanted it to be a black void, but then changed my mind. Now the rest of the build went pretty smoothly at this point, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So if you like this video, please subscribe and share it with your friends. And if you want to see the process of my builds and the background of how I go about it and playing Minecraft and stuff, I stream a couple of times a week on Twitch, and I'll leave links in the description. It's free to subscribe and it's free to follow me on Twitch, and I'd really appreciate it. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter as well. Thank you so much for watching, and let's look at the final reveal. Okay, let's count from the top. You can see this why this has taken me a long time. I'm such an idiot. This one right in front of me, that is the purple layer. I'm doing the green layer.